Ben, we talked on Thursday night about a response to a defeat and whether it kind of shows how good a side you are, and it was a really disappointing performance out there today.
Yeah, it's one of the worst, I think, in terms of just how lethargic we looked. I think we looked so, lack of energy, lack of ideas, lack of, decisions, and that just wasn't just in the game. It was, how our warm up was, mate. We've had two warm ups that I haven't been happy of this year, and one's at Beckenham and one's here. For Beckenham, it obviously didn't affect us. I think today it's massively affected us, and it was a first half where I thought we started quite brightly. I think Javon was such a threat down that outside, and if we get ourselves ahead in the game, it might be slightly different. But from that moment, I think 15 minutes onwards, we were absolutely miles off it. It's a horrible performance from us. And it's we asked for a bit of reaction from Tuesday, and unfortunately we haven't got it.
So looking ahead, Wednesday we are playing QPR at Hanwell in the Middlesex Cup, and then next Saturday we've got Hendon, but we've now got 4 players suspended. How do you approach that? Do you pick on Wednesday? Sorry, looking ahead Saturday.
It's a situation that we've got to manage massively. I think if you look at, we spoke about the squad and about where it was the other day. I think it's almost one of those ones where I've got to eat my words today slightly, because I don't think we looked in a healthy position today. I thought, like I said, we looked lethargic, we looked unfit. We were second to everything. We got bullied at both ends of the pitch. And we didn't look as free flowing as we have in the last 2 home games going forward. It was probably some players worst game for us since they've come through the door, and it didn't look it looked like something was off today. So listen, that's something that we've got to manage. 4 players is going to be difficult, but we've got one through the door for hopefully Wednesday and Saturday, which will be announced obviously on socials probably tomorrow. And it's something that I've got to now go back to the drawing board and check availability, fitness, and get ourselves in the right mindset for Wednesday, because Wednesday is going to be leading into Saturday, and we've gone out of cup on Tuesday, and it looks like we've still got our tail between our legs on the Saturday. So Wednesday we have to put that right for sure. Middlesex Cup, and focus will then turn to Hendon at home. So we've got a bit of a job to do in the next few days for sure.
If there is a positive from today, Florian came on and scored again. He's looked really sharp since coming back from injury. 2 goals in 2 games. That's quite a nice problem to have.
Yeah, it definitely is. And listen, we spoke about it recently with Tajay having to come off injured. You never like to see anybody get injured, especially him, as he's stayed patient and tried to work so hard to get back himself into the team. However, Flo's come on for him, scored on Tuesday. He's come on today and scored. And listen, we know what he can bring, and it's just about, again, making sure that there's a lot of things to manage at the moment in terms of fitness. It's all well and good people coming back, but you can't just throw them straight in. Another kind of likeness for that was Jardel today. So listen, it's very good to see Flo. He's a top player, and he's a big part of our dressing room. So that will do him wonders. On your return from injury, to get 2 in 2 is fantastic for him. So listen, he's going to be a big part of what we're doing going forward.
Well, enjoy your evening, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.